Two teams, one dream, and a state championship berth on the line. State number 2, Warren Howland, enters with an undefeated 20-0-1 mark, taking on 12th-ranked Lima Shawnee, fresh off a dramatic overtime win right here at the Lexington Soccer Complex, where the Division II State Final Four is about to go down. It's the Tigers squaring off with the Indians, and a trip to Columbus up for grabs. Coming your way live and free, exclusively on the OH Report. Next.
It's Black Friday all month long at Toyota of Warren. These zero-down leases won't last long. Lease a 2021 Tacoma SR Double Cab 4x4 for just $161 a month, or a 2021 Tundra SR5 Crew Max 4x4 for $317 a month.
You design it, we can build it. We're Sign Source USA, and we pride ourselves on our unique ability to fabricate almost any type or size of sign. Our signs light the way to everything from banks, restaurants, hospitals, and grocery stores. We're Sign Source USA, and we'd love to go to work for you.
State-ranked powers Lima Shawnee and Warren Howland are on the field and ready for action. Division II boys soccer state semifinals on the way, live and free, and it's coming at you right now. Good evening, folks, and welcome to the Lexington Soccer Complex. My name is Brian Skowronski, joined tonight by the one and only Jesse Ryder, and a happy Veterans Day to all out there who have served our great country. And we've got a great matchup coming up on the OH Report right now. The second-ranked Tigers have been a team on a mission, Mr. Ryder. They have blistered the competition on their way through a regional championship, still undefeated, and they have outscored their opponents 128-6 through 21 matches. I'd say that qualifies as pretty dominant.
Absolutely. This team is just on a tear right now. When you have a 122 goal differential at this point in the season, you know you're doing some things right. And there's two things that are really impressive. One, that's a ton of goals. And they don't play a soft schedule. They're playing a lot of the tough teams in their area, a lot of state-ranked teams. They are a solid team offensively, but also they've only got 6 goals all year.
Yeah.
They played over 20 games and given up 6 goals. That is an amazing statistic. Coach Stiles has done a terrific job. This team is just loaded with talent, so it's going to be a fun game to watch tonight.
And we saw this Warren Howland team on the OH Report last year. Let's go ahead and flash back to the state semifinals almost a year ago to the day, Jesse. They squared off against the Lexington Minutemen, and they had some late-game heroics. And how about this? Back when you could actually have fans in the bleachers. What a concept. What a Final Four matchup this was, and what a goal at the very end of the match to upset Lexington, move on to the championship game. Just great stuff right there, and Austin Stassinis punching their ticket under 3 minutes ago, and that's how they would go on to the state title match.
Absolutely, and they lost 1-0 to Tip City in the state title match. What's interesting, though, is they did not lose a ton of players from that team. So that team that was really good last year, I think, got even better this year. So it's going to be a fun team to watch.
And cover your eyes, Minutemen fans, because we're going to go to another flashback right now, all the way back to just Saturday, Jesse, where Lima Shawnee had some late-game heroics. There was a big call right here. This foul that's going to come on your screen happened in the box in overtime. Some say that it might be a little bit touchy. Didn't matter. It led to a big-time penalty kick. and the sophomore Austin Miller would come up with the clutch PK, and that is how the Indians got to this point here tonight.
Absolutely. Certainly two different roads in the regional championship for these two teams. You know, Warren Howland with a dominant 6-0 win over Chagrin Falls, and Lima Shawnee with, some would probably say, a bit of an upset after losing 6-2 earlier in the season to Lexington and coming up with a big PK in overtime. But the game is underway here. Warren Howland's got the ball. They're already in the attacking area. Tell you what, Brian, these guys have some guys up front who can absolutely light up the scoreboard. Two guys on the team with over 30 goals this year, and then another guy, I think, right around 20. So, I mean, they have got some guys, not just one guy. They have got multiple guys who know how to finish and put the ball in the back of the net.
Let's go ahead and check out those starters for Warren Howland now. And you talked about their premier goal scorers, and they do have a couple, Jesse, led by Gabriel Altawill. 39 goals for him on the season. Jordan Sperling joins him in the 30 club. He has approximately 30 on the season, but a lot of other guys on the squad that have at least 4 or 5 goals, and then a couple more that are in double digits. So they're loaded, man, offensively.
Absolutely. I don't know what's more impressive, that there's two guys that make up almost half of your goals, and you have over 120, I think 128 goals. That's a lot. But also when you think two guys have made up 50% of that 100, that's a lot too. So I don't know what's the more impressive number there, but certainly we're going to see a Howland team that knows how to find the back of the net. On the other side, Lima Shawnee's a little bit different. You know, they don't quite have the scoring power that Howland does, but they're finding ways to win games. And at this point in the season, that's all you got to do. You just got to find ways to advance. Just survive and win the game, and you're going on to the state championship game tonight.
So far, Jake Miller has been their top scorer throughout the season. Austin Miller, though, the sophomore you saw in the flashback to Saturday, came up with a huge PK, and he's just a big kid, can take up a lot of space in the middle of the field, and they really like to utilize those two Millers to get on the offensive end.
Yeah, certainly against Lexington, Shawnee just kind of played really good defense, didn't want to give up a lot of goals. You know, kind of feared that Lexington attack a little bit and played it smart and gave themselves a chance at the end. It was just very aggressive on their counterattacks, and one of those counterattacks led to a PK, which led to the Lima Shawnee win. So you think that stylistically it might be the same tonight, because I think Howland may even be more dangerous than Lexington when you look at some of the goal scorers. If you look at the team last year, I think Gabriel joined the team late in the year. I think missed the majority of the season, so his numbers are not super impressive, but had a broken foot, came back and still scored a bunch of goals and playing just a couple games, and then helping his team as state runner-up. So there are some players for Howland that absolutely can score the goal, so it's going to be a good game tonight.
And you saw the nice run they just put together there, flipping the field so quickly as they get into the offensive attacking third. And they've got their first corner kick here in the early goings of the match. Just about 3 minutes in. Pretty crisp night here. Haven't had the heat wave like we've seen the last few days. As that one played by the keeper, Landon Hahn.
Every Howland opponent's opposing coach has said, you know, Howland is so good at finding the space behind defenders, and when you have the speed and you have the clinical finishes like they do, that makes just that much more of a dangerous team. You know, multiple opponents or coaches were saying, man, they just played the ball in the right spot and they attacked in the right area, and we could not keep up defensively. So certainly the work is going to be cut out for Shawnee tonight.
Shawnee right now with possession. Nice move, looking to turn the corner is Ramos. Have a throw-in coming from the deep end of the field.
Yeah, Shawnee's going to take their time. They want to be just advantageous with these opportunities here. And certainly when you get in this attacking third area, probably a bit of a long throw here, I'm going to guess. This is going to be a chance to really kind of make a play and see if you can create something. That's a big throw into the box there. Oh, just missed the flick.
Yeah, was targeting Austin Miller. Mentioned he's got great size, good nose for the ball for just a sophomore. Is this one deflected? Howland can't clear. So the Indians stayed on the attack, and they've got weapons all along the perimeter, and now the Tigers do get it out of harm's way.
A bit of a careless turnover there for the Shawnee Indians. You want to be careful when you get the ball in the attacking third. With the speed that Howland has, you don't want to just keep giving the ball over and let those guys run at you. So be content with just being good at possession and just be advantageous when you get those opportunities. I think Howland really looking to get the ball forward now and see if they can make a play. You can just see the speed as the strikers kind of get in that position, just run into those. They see the lanes they need to get to.
Sperling
keep it in play here.
Keeps it in. Looked like he might have tripped up best. Didn't draw a whistle. tried to get crafty there, and
yeah, there's
maybe a little too cute.
There's some foot skills on this Howland team that if you're not set defensively, they're going to embarrass you and they're going to make you stumble a little bit. There's probably 3 or 4 guys in this attacking group that can really just kind of put you on your heels a little bit. Sperling, good touch in the middle, good shot.
Wow.
Ooh, snagged. That ball just kind of kept sailing, but right at the goal level, the keeper does well to just get up and make the good save.
Landon Hain.
It's a great punt, but won by Howland. Ball just kind of bouncing around a little bit. Howland went in pretty aggressive on a header there. The Shawnee player's a little slow to get up. He's up to his feet now, but he took a minute to kind of gather himself. And I saw an interview with Coach Stiles, and one of the things he said is, it doesn't matter that we were the state runner-up last year. It doesn't matter that we're undefeated. He goes, we're going to enter this game 0-0 just like everybody else, and none of those previous accolades matter at this point. And I think that mentality is exactly right. When you have teams that have achieved such good things that this Howland team has, you really got to take it one game at a time, one play at a time, not rely on the previous successes to get you out of the situation, but rely on what got you here, and that's being a really good soccer team.
Only the one loss in the state championship game last year in the last 2 seasons for this club. And in all their games this year, all wins with the exception of one where it came down to a draw, that against Division I Canfield. So certainly this team comes in with a lot of confidence, tested themselves quite a bit too. They've knocked off 2 of the top teams in the state during their tournament run, including #1 Bay, as Miller went up big for that one. The keeper had to come out.
I think a lot of people kind of expected to see a Lexington Bay rematch in this game tonight, but I don't know if you call #2 beating #1 an upset necessarily, but certainly there were people surprised to see Howland do what they did to Bay, and then obviously there's a lot of people surprised after the early result in the season to see what Lima Shawnee kind of come back and get the win over Lexington after losing 6-2 earlier in the year.
And, of course, we called the match, we had it here, and it definitely felt like Lexington had the upper hand for a lot of the match. But that's, what's kind of the gift and the curse about this beautiful game is a lot of times if you have the better game plan, it just doesn't matter. You can overcome not having the best talent on the field, and I think that was the case for Shawnee. And they've looked pretty sharp here tonight. That they've distributed well. They've had a couple of decent attacks build. Just haven't had like a solid shot on net up to this point.
Absolutely. I think one of the things that Shawnee did so well and is doing so well is they are organized defensively. For as aggressive and as fast athletic as this Howland team is, Lima Shawnee, up until this point, we're 8 minutes in, has not given away anything bad. They just kind of kept the ball in front of them, dropping all their players back, covering the lanes, covering the zones, not letting the ball kind of slip through there. So just kind of they got to play really good defense to be in this game. And so far, they've been up to the task.
Definitely played a very defensive brand of soccer in the win over the Minutemen to get to this point, as Miller's able to flick this one.
It's certainly a dangerous throw in there. He's got a long throw. He plays it a little short, and Lima Shawnee looked to just kind of flick it farther, and that kind of catches you off a little bit off guard defensively. You're not expecting that, but Howland was up to the task, wins the ball, and now they're in the attacking area for themselves.
This one flicked forward by Sperling. Altawil turns the corner, looking for the cross.
The speed and skill of Altawil there. I mean, I don't know if the referee saw that. They're going to give it a goal kick. It looks like he clearly kicked it off Shawnee, but the line referee was blocked by the Shawnee player, so no way to really judge, but the center referee deferred to him, and it's going to be goal kick for Shawnee.
Haynes got a big, strong leg. Sails it beyond midfield. Great flick on the header there to send it forward, and Jake Miller just didn't have the speed to get there, and well defended by Howland.
Yeah, Lyndon Haynes certainly has got a punt and a goal kick that have just been kind of switching the attacking field here, and just you go from defense to offense in a hurry when you've got a guy who can play the ball in like that. Shawnee appears to just have a lot of unique weapons, certainly with a goalkeeper who was able to distribute like that. We saw a throw in on the left side of the field, getting in the box. It looks like it's going to be the same thing here. Not quite high enough to do anything with, but it's going to roll right into the Shawnee area.
It was Jake Miller, had to lay it off. Christian Darren.
It's a bad giveaway for Shawnee. You don't want to give away right on midfield. It's where these guys want the ball. They get forward and attack, and it's hard to get numbers back. You see out. Oh, it's a good defensive effort by Shawnee just to get the ball out of the middle of the area. I think anytime Gabriel Twill gets the ball, it's going to be a threat going forward. So you really got to do well to stay in front, slow him down, not let him get around you, and then wait for that second defender, and just like they did there, and kind of poke it away.
Yeah, you see the wheels of that senior. No question, he is a speedster. Sperling as well. The two seniors up top for them. You know, there's a reason why they've got 60-plus combined goals between them this season.
It's another good flick. We saw that play from Shawnee as well.
But then Hayne, Johnny on the spot, makes another play.
You just see the speed there. He just came from the corner kick position, hustled all the way back. Let's see which way it's going to go.
So it will be a Tiger throw.
I don't think anybody really knew whose ball that was. Both teams thought it was theirs. Referees weren't sure either. But it's going to come back to Howland Tigers for the throw-in. Good. Flicked out by Altwell there.
Right idea, just couldn't keep it in the field of play. We'll see if the Tigers can get the ball moving. Instead, they're going to send a through ball. Altwell with the header, but nobody on the other end as Hayne comes out, and he's been pretty active here in the first 11 minutes.
Absolutely. You see just the speed and athletic ability of Altwell as well. I mean, certainly is doing well. I think if he gets the ball going forward, that's really when they excel. He's not been able to get it going forward. He's coming back to get it, has been able to turn and face the field inside of one time, and Shawnee defended that well. So we'll see if they can figure out how to get some better touches for him at this point.
That one just missed. Austin Stassinis was coming across the middle.
Ooh, Landon Hayne with a tough ball out there. Altwell handled it right at the top of the 18. I thought maybe he'd go for the early shot, but he's going to bring it into the box and see if he can make a play. That's defended really well there.
And it will lead to a goal kick. Good stuff there by Ethan Rosebeck. Stepping up to the challenge.
Yeah, Altwell wanted a one-on-one the whole time and went for the Meg, and he closed his legs and ended up bouncing right back off of Gabriel Altwell. Defended really well there.
Goal kick taken by Hayne. Whistle out of the air, goes against Shawnee, so a free kick from midfield, played quickly here by the Tigers. And a heavy touch there by Stassinis. Out of play here on the near side, throwing coming up for the Indians.
I believe Stassinis is kind of a tough sight for some of the Lexington fans. Certainly he was the culprit, if you will, for putting Lexington out of the tournament last year. Great game, though, phenomenal back-and-forth game, and he just good final goal in the last couple of minutes to knock Lexington out.
And it is tough to look back on those highlights and just see all the energy, the enthusiasm. I mean, there are probably 3,000-4,000 people at that game.
Yeah.
You know, it makes such a difference when you can have your student section and your parents and your grandparents and your aunts and uncles and anybody else who wants to get into the door. So it's been a unique brand of soccer, certainly during the tournament, just having the limited crowds, but still some fantastic displays of athleticism nonetheless that we've seen throughout this tournament run on OH Report for both the boys and the girls. It's definitely been fun to cover.
Absolutely. I think atmosphere-wise at the stadium, it's a little different. You know, normally this game is packed and it's standing room only, and you know, you're lucky to get everybody in the venue, and now it's you're lucky to get everybody in the venue for a much different reason, I guess. But you know, so it's been fun. You know, it's certainly to have the online viewers and the Facebook interactions is great for us, but you know, for the players, it'd be a good time to have everybody here as well.
Rose off the cross from Altawil, but going down and making another save is Hayne.
See the punt here. You know, Lima Shawnee kind of gets in the position they expect a long punt here. They drop 3 guys past midfield. Certainly the execution of the punt gets it to that area, but it does end up right to Howland's feet, who's going to put it right back into the attacking area for Howland.
Indians, though, win it out of the air.
Yeah, I think he caught a little handball there, jumped up with his hands up and may have just nicked his fingers.
That was Mateo Facillo.
You expect Howland to be pretty dangerous in a position like this. They've got the ball kind of lined up at the 18. You've got the speed, the athletic ability, and certainly the ability to finish. Let's see what they look for style-wise.
Rose plays a short one. Sperling. It was right at Mowat Larson. And now Sperling again comes back to him, though. Another opportunity off the deflection.
You can see some of the frustration on the Howland players there. He kind of cut into a defender twice. There's some other players available, and just I think he wanted the shot all along and couldn't get it off.
Lizzie got his pocket picked, so they send forward, and this is where Shawnee can be dangerous if they connect on that pass. There's a lot of speed up top with Jake Miller and company, but it didn't pay off that time. So Rose again, another cross. Indians standing tall right now defensively.
I don't think Howland's executing at quite the highest level right now that they're used to. Certainly a couple of misplayed touches and balls that have gone right into Shawnee's feet, and that's what makes Shawnee good, is if you give them the ball, they're going to try and look for that counterattack quickly. They've got the speed up front, and this is a prime example of it. He's just going to run at you a little bit. Then some other players join the attack. You got to be careful if you're going to give the ball away, that you got to get back if you do.
Here's a look out wide from Miller. And Howland elects just to knock it out of play. Jack Kenny. Anthony Best checks back in, the junior midfielder for Shawnee. He's a pretty dynamic playmaker for them.
And certainly we celebrated the kind of the scoring prowess of the Warren Howland team, but this Shawnee team is, I mean, they score some goals. They play a little bit different style, but they're certainly, if you give them the opportunity, they're going to put the ball in the back of the net as well.
Goal kick for the Tigers.
Shawnee on the season, 83 goals for, over 4.1 goals per contest for them. But both teams, I think, kind of what stands out is the defensive effort on both sides. 12 shutouts for the Indians coming into tonight, 15 on the other side for the Tigers. And boy, Warren Howland just giving up 6 goals all year. That's, you know, it's hard not to be impressed by that figure when you look at all the tough teams they play. 11 Division I opponents, Jesse.
Absolutely. I mean, that's even if you don't play Division I opponents, you play a light schedule, just to give up 6 goals in 21 games is still, that's an impressive statistic.
That's fair.
Even regardless of the strength and schedule. So let alone when you add that strength of schedule into the mix. I mean, they're very solid defensively. They're organized. I think what makes them so good defensively is how good they are on offense. It's another great save by Haynes. Just comes out and snags another one. He's going to have to be all over the place, I think, to keep the shutout intact tonight. But for Howland, I think what makes their defense so good is probably how often they keep the ball and where they're keeping the ball at. Shawnee gets the ball right around midfield, just trying to not force anything. They don't want to give the ball away here. It's going to be a foul on Howland. Free kick for Shawnee. If you're Howland, you got to be a little more patient in the defending area there. You don't need to run up and foul. His back was to your goal. He's not going anywhere. He's just going to play a 4-yard pass back. And the player just ran through him, ran through the back of his legs. And now it's a little bit more dangerous place. He's got a free kick just inside the half. Let's see if he can do anything with it.
This at least gives Shawnee an opportunity to try to press forward offensively, get some numbers up. Though they do keep 4 back by midfield. The Tigers packing in the box. I think they had 9 lurking back there.
Yeah, Shawnee certainly has some speed and skill off a play like that. You want to make sure you've got enough numbers back to defend it well.
Jensen rips one in low, deflected out wide. And Howland will clear, at least for now. Shawnee with a couple of nice touches. This one sent in and near post. Never made it back into the field of play.
Goal kick for the Tigers.
Couple subs coming in here for Howland, it looks like.
In the game for Howland, number 4, Dylan DePiro.
I think what makes Howland so good is just their ability to keep the ball and just be patient in possession. In a moment you see that, they want to get the ball right in the corner of the 18 and then turn that defender sideways and then play that ball across the goal. They've done it a few times. They've just not connected at the other end yet. It's been defended well by Shawnee. Probably certainly a focal point if they've seen the team play maybe throughout the year, watching film a little bit. As you can see that Howland really wants to get it wide and then attack from that corner area. They've got some speed and skill out there. Here's a prime example if he keeps it in play.
Foot race here, Watt Larson.
Oh, the referees are nowhere near the play. It's
Throw in Shawnee.
kind of lethargic officiating, with no offense to the officials, but both were really away from the play there.
That's a great look. Nice setup here by Sperling. The cross, and it's headed out of harm's way. Indians just trying to flick it out of the field of play here, and they'll do just that with Best. Actually, this might land on the chalk, but the linesman says no.
Throw in Tigers.
Yeah, referee called it. Must have been over the air when he called it out of bounds. So let's see where they spotted at. Well, he's going back quite a bit. Oh, the referee's going to move him now. But I think that's the style that Howland is so dangerous at. They get the ball right in that attacking area of the 18, the side of the 18. They want to play that ball in, and Shawnee's defended it well a couple times, but you can't keep giving that ball in that space. It's got to be a foul, absolutely.
Carinate is going to draw the whistle here as we approach the midway point here of half number 1 state semifinals here at Lexington, which is right in our backyard, Jesse, but both of these schools nowhere near us, so I definitely got to give some shout-outs to all the sponsors that combined to make tonight's game happen, including Toyota of Warren, Howland Pizza Works, Sign Source USA, and Dan Wilker DDS. Thank you guys so much for coming together, for making this all happen, and giving the fans an opportunity to not have to travel 2 hours and still be able to turn this on live and free on the OH Report on Facebook and YouTube. And we see you out there commenting in the fan section too, so we will continue to document who is weighing in, and let us know, where are you watching this state Final Four match from? How are you taking in tonight's contest? You just might make our fan zone. So weigh in on the comment section on both YouTube and Facebook.
Yeah, certainly we've got some familiarity. As I coached at Mansfield Christian, we used to scrimmage Warren Howland just about every season. They would make the trip up to Mansfield every time, and super competitive games. They always had a talented team. Coach Stiles does a terrific job with them. He's just kind of a class act, runs a solid program. The kids they're hard workers. They're dedicated to the game, and last year's state runner-up, I think, probably thought there's a chance for a state championship last year, and now you look at this team, and I think it's the expectation instead of the chance now. So I think anything less really is a disappointment. Very talented senior class for Howland. So much skill there. You just see the footwork. I mean, just beating 1-2 defenders. There is that ball in the box.
Just does squeeze through some traffic there, but all to will, making that all happen. Juking and jiving out there, had about 3 defenders surrounding him, was able to make the cross, but it ends up in the hands of Hain, as it has pretty routinely so far. I mean, he's got to be closing in on double-digit touches with his hands so far.
Absolutely. Yeah, certainly, as you watch Howland, they've got multiple guys who want to take you on one-on-one. You can just see that's what the kind of the game plan is give them a little bit of space, and can you beat someone one-on-one and then bring a second defender over? Absolutely, Gabriel Altwell does that there, and then just Howland could not quite connect on the final play to get the goal, but there's no secret to their style. I mean, there's a little bit of flair there. They're getting the ball wide. They look in, and they want to bring another defender out to cover the defender they just beat. So it is a fun team to watch, a fun style of soccer you don't always see, because it requires a bit of footwork and just kind of a bit of a mental approach where you have to be confident enough to go one-on-one against a defender in an attacking area. And you've seen multiple guys do that already tonight.
Shawnee off the corner, headed out by the Tigers. First corner kick so far of the match for Lima.
Kind of a tough defensive play there for Howland. They won the header and then just kind of pushed the ball right back into Shawnee. Allowed Shawnee to kind of stay in the attack there.
Excellent spacing being displayed right now by the Tigers, but Shawnee, they have been game so far defensively.
Throw in Tigers.
I think for Altwell, as he gets the ball there, I don't think you have to force it forward. Shawnee is just sitting back in, being patient defensively, almost expecting that ball over top there. I think if he finds a second pass backwards or maybe just off the side a little bit, just stretches the field, keeps the defenders moving and guessing and readjusting. When you just play that first forced long ball, it sometimes leads to a turnover, and that's what we saw there.
Looking to connect with Jake Miller there up top. Shawnee still trying to thread the needle to him. Now big charge on the outside being made by Ward, but he gets warded off. Now off the cross, Miller with the header, and Brill comes out. No problem for him there.
A bit of a quick throw, but right at Lima. He went for the long throw. I don't know if it slipped out of his hands. It certainly didn't reach where it's supposed to go.
And he's a fiery keeper, man. I remember him from last year. Lucas Brill had an excellent match in the state semifinal that I covered against Lexington.
Well, Howland has had a few giveaways coming out of the back here, probably 4 or 5 in a row, where they've won the ball defensively and played it right back to Lima Shawnee. Referee's right there. I think he got the ball first. He calls it. The ball's going to be deflected wide.
That was Niedermeyer that tried to put one on frame. But you see there's about 8 jerseys all packed inside the 18 right there, so it's going to be tough to try to get one from distance on the net.
You just see the speed and skill of Altwell. The defender did not want to jump in and get embarrassed there, so just kept backpedaling. And there it is. He gets to the side, cuts in. Oh, plays it just a bit high and wide there. Certainly not the ball he wanted to come out.
Sperling's able to chase it down out wide. And he's forced towards the boundary, so a throw-in's coming up for the Tigers. And we'll see if they got one of those type of kids that has a big, strong throwing arm that can get it into the box here.
Well, it seems like just every high school has that at this level. You just got some guy who can just absolutely just drill the ball into the box from this area. Well, they certainly didn't demonstrate it there, but a dangerous ball nonetheless.
Little space out there for DiPiero. Lobs one. Over the end line, goal kick.
Goal kick for Shawnee. Substitution for the Shawnee Indians. Back in the game, number 11.
This Warren Howland team so far being held in check. 27 goals for them so far during this tournament run. Allowed just one so far in postseason play.
Certainly an impressive regional championship to beat. I think Chagrin Falls, what, 6-0 or 6-1, I believe, and
6-1.
yeah, a regional championship scoreline. You don't see that too often. Normally at that stage, the games have kind of evened themselves out a little bit, and you find the games to be pretty competitive. But Howland just put on an absolute clinic against Chagrin.
That's a quality team too.
Absolutely.
Ranked number 5 in Division II for that matchup.
Yeah, when you match up against Howland, you have to be very organized defensively, aware of what they're going to try and do, and just be patient and don't die. It's a dangerous ball, dangerously played.
Now here's Best. Sets it up for himself, played it in low, but diving for the stop. Lucas Brill.
Defensively, Howland's not been at the top level yet. I mean, there are a couple bad miscues out of the back, couple turnovers out of the back, a lot of tough plays there. I think Coach Styles really want to get that organized for the second half, or even maybe to finish out the first half. Just kind of giving Shawnee more chances than, I don't want to say than they deserve, but certainly giving them repeated chances because you're not getting rid of the ball effectively.
Pretty well played right there, too, by Best. To drive it, keep it low into the corner. As look at this counterattack developing. Lissy. Nice move. Looking for some options. Draws a double. And how about the Shawnee defense and Best coming back from that middle backer role, making a play.
Yeah, absolutely love the defensive effort there. I mean, just so patient in the attack and just double team the ball, not letting anything in the middle. He's fine. You can dance around outside, but you got to go forward at some point, and they did not allow that. Great effort by the Shawnee defenders there.
And now they will clear here as Sheed got it out to Jensen, who unloaded it back over to Tigers territory.
But whenever Altwell gets the ball, it's just kind of this excitement. He's got this pace about him. He's got this skill about him. I'd almost like to just see him just keep it and go to goal one time and just see what Landon Haynes has really got. Obviously, he's made the right play so far, but not really had to make a save necessarily. And so you just like to maybe test him a little bit. I think he's looking to kind of play into their style and get the ball wide and maybe receive it back. Certainly, he wanted to give and go in that last possession, and he did not receive it. And you could see a little bit of the frustration. It was a bit of a tight space to play give and go, but certainly you could see the kind of energy and emotion on his face that he wanted that ball back and expected it back and did not get it.
A couple of fresh bodies checking back into the mix here for Shawnee. And, yeah, there's no question when Altwell gets it, I mean, you just almost get a smile on your face because you know he just has that gift. He's got the ability when he gets ahead of steam, man.
Yeah, it's rare to find a player who has both the pace and the skill and then plays it at that same pace and skill. You know, sometimes you find a player who's incredibly fast, but you know, they go so fast there's not much time for skill, or you find a guy who's so skillful but there's not a lot of pace. But this guy, he's got everything so far. Let's see him get a shot off here in the box. Dangerous ball, big
wow,
save.
What a save by Hain.
I believe it was a goal line save. He reached back behind him and just kind of swiped it away. Big opportunity here. Yeah, it looks like he reached back behind him, just kind of pokes it away. Just big play by Howland. That's the style you've been looking for is when they play the ball into that middle. It's such a dangerous area, almost kind of chaotic in front of the goal. It's tough to mark up because you're covering the other player with the ball, trying to stay in front of the guys. And Howland near goal there, probably the best near goal, I guess, experience we've seen so far tonight.
No question about it. Yeah, Hain did have to reach back on that right on the line, protecting his net well, and so far he's definitely been the Shawnee MVP up to this point.
Absolutely. I see kind of a frustration foul here. Howland's got a dangerous free kick in, kind of chips the ball in the box. Shawnee defends it well again. And now they've got some numbers going forward, 3-on-3.
Yeah, that's right, Jesse. We'll see what they do with it. Here's Jake Miller, pressured from the backside, has to dribble out wide. And now a careless turnover.
Yeah, the problem is when you have numbers going forward and you give it away, now it's numbers going forward the other way. So it's certainly what Shawnee's done so well is they've been organized defensively with their numbers, but they're kind of left open here a little bit. Sperling.
Looked like he wanted to set up the right foot. Now he'll lay it off. He had Rose waiting at the top of the frame, but he just couldn't handle it.
Yeah, you know, they are persistent in their style, but I think that there's a chance for a shot there as well. He pulls the ball back. He's looking to play it in, but Shawnee's dropping so many guys in the middle. I think sometimes you just got to just rip it. You know, you're 10 yards away. Just see if you can just maybe put it in goal, sneak it past in the near post. It's a better possession on the back from Howland.
They reverse field. Slipping down, though, was Sperling. Now Andrew Miller. A whole bunch of Millers out here. A lot of them in the mix for Shawnee. And a lot of them good players. Some of their top.
Sperling does well to hold the ball, just keep possession there for Howland. I think you just got to be patient in your attack. Look for that opportunity to really go at him.
And I do see in the fan zone that we have a proud Howland 76 grad, as Hayne has to go down and make that save. But watching in my home state of Colorado, so pretty neat stuff.
Another near goal, similar to the last one, just getting the ball wide on the right side, plays it across the front of the goal. There's been a couple near opportunities here for Howland. They're going to get it again with one more chance, it looks like, to go in. There you see the speed of Outwill.
But defended well once again by Shawnee.
Man, I really think he could pull up a little bit early. I think he takes a bit of a long touch. You're going to see he's going to take a great touch to beat the defender. And after he beats the defender, takes a heavy touch and loses kind of that shooting angle and then looks to try and play it in because the shot's not there. Boy, they're getting closer, though. I mean, that's 3 in the past 90 seconds where they've been almost inside the 6 with the ball.
But I tell you what, Jesse, it was kind of the same scenario and storyline against Lexington where it felt like it was just going to be a matter of time. But the Indians just kept doing their job defensively. See if Howland can break through here. Off the corner, Hayne snags it out of midair.
And he certainly has that play down. He just goes up and gets anything in the air, catches it cleanly, brings it in. There's no bobbling at all, no drop balls. He's catching it cleanly. Line drive punt. I mean, that's a rocket of a punt. It's going to be put Shawnee in the attack on the other end. It's going to be a corner kick for Lima Shawnee because of the pace of that punt. That was incredible. The distance was good, but the pace, it wasn't like a lofted punt. It was a line drive and caught Howland a little bit flat-footed. They just ran hard at the ball and had to play it out of bounds for a Lima Shawnee corner kick.
Another fan, Karen, chiming in from Colorado. So it's always fun just to see the national and sometimes international crowd that we have here watching high school soccer in the great state of Ohio. State Final Four for the boys. Winner going to move on to Columbus. Play for the chip as Best gets a header on it.
Just bouncing around. Oh, it's a heavy tackle. Referee's looking right at it, says he got the ball. And it's going to be a goal kick as well. It looks like there's a lot in that play there. You can see a good replay. Kind of flicked up, and then he steps in. Ooh, there's a lot of contact. I think he hits the ball first, but referee's looking right at it. He's in the right position. Saw it all the way. Well done by the official.
Instant replays tonight, brought to you by Dan G. Wilker, DDS. Make sure that you call, schedule an appointment, 419-222-1726.
A bit of a misplay by Shawnee. It's going to give Howland a ball again, that attacking area. Oh no.
It's going to be an own goal off the header. It looked like Colin Shee tried to get it out of harm's way. Instead, it finds the back of the net. And that's our first goal here at the 6:18 point. Who would have thought there would have been an own goal?
Yeah, certainly he's trying to make the right play. Normally that ball's coming on the ground. The defender just tries to get up and head it away, but ends up heading it backwards and kind of catches the keeper a little bit flat-footed. Wasn't expecting this player to head it back at his own goal. Certainly unintentional. Tough break for Lima Shawnee. But we've kind of felt that coming. You know, Howland has been in that same spot on the field probably about 4 times, past 2 minutes. You know, a goal line clearance, a near goal line clearance, and then what ended up being a goal kick. And then they finally get the goal. Sometimes that pressure just does things. So they've been kind of coming in. Just a lot of pressure there. A bad giveaway right away by Shawnee.
That's a great distribution right there on the fly by Stasinus, who gets it back here, left wing. Tried to cross it, but Miller was there to meet him.
See the speed and skill of Stasinus as well. Oh, it's going to be right outside the box, I think. The referee called it. It's all right. The contact happened outside the box. It's going to be a direct free kick just on the outside there. Certainly went down. A lot of contact. Referee makes the right call. I think spots in the right place. It's going to be a dangerous free kick for Warren Howland.
So just 25 seconds after the goal, and already another big opportunity on the way for the Tigers.
And momentum can be a huge thing here. We saw just there's a little bit of life. That's another dangerous ball in. Oh, bobbled a little bit, but Haynes is able to come up and gather it. I think that just missed the second goal. Looks like it just skimmed the top of the Howland header there. It's a big play. That's a high punt again from Haynes. It's going to bounce over the first Howland defender, but cleared away nicely by the second. The ball control Gabriel Altwell is really impressive. He just settles it out of the air, brings it right to his feet. He's composed, his head's up, he's looking to make a play.
Got excellent acceleration, certainly is what has stood out to me, is when he decides to make his move, he can certainly go to the next gear right away.
Yeah, certainly he's got a lot of good attributes. That's a big tackle in the middle of the field. Certainly won it. It's going to be a foul here. I think he's getting a little aggressive. They just sometimes freshens. I think gets away with it there. There's a little bit of contact again. Just sometimes when you get in the high school match, a little bit of contact leads to a lot of contact one way or the other.
Best comes up. And then the Indians tried to work it out to Jensen. He lost it. And here's a look at the physical play.
Yeah, it's not a foul. Referee's right. It's not a foul there. Just you expect to get up, and you expect a retaliation foul with a little bit of contact there. So referee played it right. The players played it right. You don't always see that at this level, but I think everybody knows what's at stake. You don't need a bad foul now when two teams are battling for a chance at the state championship.
Down to 4 minutes here before halftime. Shawnee struggling right now to punch through that last pass and try to get it to the offensive player, their forwards. Howland has certainly stepped up here defensively for about the last 10 minutes, I'd say.
See out in Facebook land, Linda said super announcing, so thank you. We appreciate that.
Thanks, Linda.
A little bit of a shout out there. Oh, you see the skill. It's so good there. It's another ball in. Oh, snagged again by Haynes.
Wow.
Boy, there's no secret to the Howland attack. It's what they want. They get you on the goal or on the inline there, looking to make a play. This time he got it. You turned him around, played the ball back. And Landon Haynes, right place, right time to make the save.
Mawat Larson set it up well. Got a big left foot on it. I think that was tracking to make its way to the back. But Haynes just been in the right place at the right time more often than not so far tonight.
Absolutely. Here's what's impressive about this Howland team is they have multiple guys who can make this same run into that corner of the field and do that same thing. I think Altwell is probably the most skilled of the bunch, but, man, Sperling's been out there. There's a couple guys who have made that run, and really there's no secret to their attack. Whether you know it or not, it doesn't matter if you can't defend it. I mean, the speed and skill is really at a high level for Howland. That's a good chip ball in.
Yeah, I like that from Rose.
And look where he gets the ball right at the corner of the box there. Looks to play it in.
Sperling.
Ooh, a little miscue there.
I don't think Mawat Larson thought that was intended for him. Kind of just let it roll. But the Tigers staying on the attack here as Stasinus to the middle.
Yeah, they're just so composed in the box. Look at them just move the ball. There's Sperling. Ooh. Boy, once they kind of get that confidence, you can just see why they're so good. I mean, they're just so organized from the attacking area. There's heads up. They're looking for an open player, looking for the right ball in to separate from a defender. What a talented team we're seeing tonight.
Goal kick for Shawnee.
Which is surprising so far. The only goal of the match, an own goal by Shawnee. As many opportunities as the Tigers have brought into the box, and so far Haynes has done his job.
See a lot of former alums out there watching, especially from the Howland area, from kind of all over the country. We've seen Colorado, Pennsylvania. It's exciting to see a lot of the 70s, class of 76, class of 86 guys who have maybe been graduated just a few years. That's another good ball in by Howland. Oh, it's going to go wide just a little bit. It looks like it's been deflected for a Howland corner kick.
So they'll have an opportunity here as we're closing in on 1 minute.
You can see the replay there. It's certainly a good turn. He turns him inside again, and the ball just deflects out of bounds. And another near goal. I mean, they are getting the ball into that spot of the field just frequently now. And it's so tough to defend because you're adjusting and trying to prevent the runs from coming in behind you. It's just such a dangerous thing. And when you have the skill and speed of Howland, it just makes it that much more difficult.
Well played into the middle. Miller, the first one to get to it with the big header.
Yeah, Shawnee's brought all 11 guys back in the box. They don't want to give a second goal right before the halftime here. Just trying to defend effectively. Howland just so patient in their attack. Plays that ball wide again, but again, Shawnee's just getting out of that dangerous area.
Can the Indians hold on here for the last 30 seconds? They do press it across midfield here, so the Tigers have to retreat.
With 20 seconds left in the half. Howland just content to just kind of move the ball around. I think Shawnee just content to not get scored on and let them move the ball around. Kind of readjust, start that second half fresh. Let's see if they look for one more shooting opportunity. Oh,
wow, with 4 seconds left, they'll get a decent one. Altwill off the mark, and that will take us to the end of the first 40 minutes, where right now it is the Tigers on top 1-0 in this state Final Four matchup. The winner moving on to Columbus to play for the whole enchilada. We'll step away and take a timeout. We'll be right back. Halftime stats get you ready for half number 2. Keep it locked and loaded. The OH Report will roll back along, live and free, in just a moment.
It's Black Friday all month long at Toyota of Warren. These zero-down leases won't last long. Lease a 2021 Tacoma SR Double Cab 4x4 for just $161 a month, or a 2021 Tundra SR5 Crew Max 4x4 for $317 a month.
You design it, we can build it. We're Sign Source USA, and we pride ourselves on our unique ability to fabricate almost any type or size of sign. Our signs light the way to everything from banks, restaurants, hospitals, and grocery stores. We're Sign Source USA, and we'd love to go to work for you.
halftime here at the Lexington Soccer Complex, where after 40 minutes of action, Warren Howland leads Lima Shawnee 1-0 at the break in this state Final Four matchup. The winner, of course, moving on to Columbus to play in the state title match. Brian Skowronski here along with Jesse Ryder, and fun first 40 minutes of action here. I think we kind of saw what we expected to see. A lot of craftiness, a lot of speed on the Warren Howland side. They got it to their playmakers and they defended well. On the flip side, Shawnee, they're going to pack it in. They're going to play solid defense, and if not for the one unfortunate miscue, I mean, this really should be a tie game right now.
Yes and no, right? The goal that was scored is probably not their best goal. The defender's trying to make a play just to head it away, ends up heading it back towards his own net. The keeper tries to make a play on it and just tips it into his net. So certainly that's probably not the goal that Howland expected to score, but that last 12 minutes saw Howland in that attacking third and deep in the attacking third probably 6, 7, maybe even 8 times. So I understand. I agree with what you're saying and also disagree with what you're saying all at the same time, because I think there's a goal line save, there's a play that just went wide, Howland is getting their chances now going forward. The more that half progressed, the better Howland looked offensively.
Certainly Altawill was able to make some things happen. Sperling was creating some noise too in the attacking third. And then on the other side, I mean, the goalkeeping of Hain is really what's hanging Shawnee tight right now in this match, down just one, and in prime position to come back and do something here in the second half.
Yeah, he has made no mistakes so far. The goal certainly was not on him. I mean, he kind of was playing the cross that was coming in and didn't expect the deflection that happened. I mean, he's getting everything out of the air. He's collecting everything cleanly. Nothing bobbled. Howland is so fast, they're just loading up that box. So if you drop anything in the box, it's going to be put away. He's caught everything cleanly. He's done exactly what he needs to do. Just an unfortunate kind of deflection goal that trickled in the top corner there. But certainly he's a talented keeper. These are talented teams. Obviously, this stage of the season, you're going to see talented teams. But I think right now, Shawnee's got to figure out a way, how do we stop the attack that is Howland, and then can we get forward and score a goal without giving up a goal in the process?
And then speaking of talented teams, Jesse, we saw the #1 team in the state last night in the girls D2 state Final Four match, and we got something to show you guys one more time. How about the goal by Taylor Huff that landed on the Sports Center top 10 today? This was #4 on the countdown, and man, it never gets old watching it.
Oh, no, I've seen it probably 100 times today, showing friends, and, being on the ESPN Top 10 has been a lot of fun. And it's just such a marvelous goal. I mean, you just watch it, and, I mean, what she told me last night in the post-game interview, she said, my dad told me to shoot it. So I went back and watched the video, and as you can see in her approach, she looks over before she goes to approach the ball. She looks over, nods to her dad. You can see like her dad telling her to shoot. She nods like, okay, I'll do that, and then just drills it in the upper 90 corner. I mean, it's just absolutely terrific. Such a good goal. Such a cool story. When she's recognized that her dad said, hey, just drive it in the top corner. Okay, she's only 45 yards away, so why not? Yeah, why don't you just do that every time then? I don't understand.
And their head coach, Zach Huff, asked me if we're going to be live streaming tonight, so I imagine that he is watching. And some great news, Coach. I don't know if we can live stream your match on Friday, but we definitely can do a full broadcast. So that was not the case until a couple of hours ago. So I am super stoked to let all of you Lady Rams fans out there know that we will have a full broadcast live and free, as always, for you guys.
That's absolutely terrific. Limited amount of tickets available for the state championship game, and that's a tough thing to hear. Everybody wants to go support Madison from the community.
No doubt.
Everybody in Madison and surrounding areas want to be a part of that. Certainly, #1 against #2. And #2 Granville had an overtime win last night as well. They tied earlier this season 2-2. I mean, this is the dream matchup. This is what you want if you're a Division II soccer fan. It could not get any better for this, and so it's going to be a lot of fun. And we get to be there now, and we get to be a part of that and do the game. It's going to be just an absolute blast.
Yeah, looking forward to that on Friday. But for now, still 40 minutes of big-time action to decide a team that's going to move on to the state championship match. We will step away one more time and be back with the second half showdown between Lima Shawnee and Warren Howland. That is coming up live and free on the OH Report right after this.
Hi, I'm Phyllis Stanfield from Madison Lady Rams Soccer, outside back, and you're watching OH Report.
It's Black Friday all month long at Toyota of Warren. These zero-down leases won't last long. Lease a 2021 Tacoma SR Double Cab 4x4 for just $161 a month, or a 2021 Tundra SR5 Crew Max 4x4 for $317 a month.
you design it, we can build it. We're Sign Source USA, and we pride ourselves on our unique ability to fabricate almost any type or size of sign. Our signs light the way to everything from banks, restaurants, hospitals, and grocery stores. We're Sign Source USA, and we'd love to go to work for you.
Hi, I'm Phyllis Stanfield from Madison Lady Rams Soccer, outside back, and you're watching OH Report.
As we welcome you back to the Lexington Soccer Complex, it is a little bit chilly out here, so we have the one and only Jory Hollenbeck delivering us hot chocolate up here to our TV hut, if you will. Jesse, I think that's what we're calling this at this point. And, you know, happy to be out here in the elements, braving this for you guys to bring the live stream, Lima Shawnee and Warren Howland. And thanks once again to our fabulous sponsors, Toyota of Warren, where it is Black Friday all month out there. So make sure that you go. If you need a new car, check out Toyota of Warren. How good did the pizza look there at Howland Pizza Works too? So, you know, get you a hot slice. Have it delivered right now while you're watching the second half of the game. Sign Source USA, looks like they've been doing their thing for a long time all over the country. And then Dan Wilker DDS, check them out online, www.danwilkerdds.com. Those fabulous sponsors made tonight's broadcast happen, and this came together pretty quickly, Jesse. I thought it was sweet. You know, both these teams, of course, about 2 hours away from where we are based in Mansfield, which is about 9 miles from here. So pretty cool to see some parents and some businesses come together and make this happen.
Absolutely, and certainly the question is, does Pizza Works deliver this far away to our little broadcast hut up here? If you do, I would like a large pepperoni, please. Oh, a bit of a rough play right away. Lima Shawnee, a near own goal again, played it wide of the goal, but certainly caught the keeper off guard. They're really a kind of a unknown play. They played the ball back in possession, played the ball back again, and just played it wide of the keeper, nearly toward the goal there. Tough play to start the second half. Certainly not what you wanted in the first 20 seconds. So it's corner kick Howland right away.
So you hope that doesn't rattle Shawnee because it happened so quickly. Don't get inside your own head. That is played well. Curving, it almost looked like it was going to go into the net off of the corner kick.
Yeah, one of the Howland players actually followed it all the way. You'll see him maybe come behind the back of the net here, yep, all the way around.
Pretty close.
Cover all 12, just making sure. Yeah, it's certainly a dangerous play there. Not how you wanted to start the second half for Lima Shawnee. You started with the ball and you played it back and gave up a corner before even Howland touched it. Tough break there, but now they're in the attack. Now they've got the ball and they're at least headed in the right direction this time.
But here's Lisi, plays it forward. And now Sperling looking to size up his opponent. Off the cross, deflected, and goal kick.
I thought so. I thought it hit Sperling again off the foot as it deflected off the Shawnee defender back into Sperling. That's happened a couple times to Howland tonight where they're trying to get a deflection into a corner, and it's actually hit them right before it goes out of bounds. It's probably 3 or 4 times that plays would normally be a corner, but just ends up glancing off their foot right before it goes out of bounds. And Lima Shawnee goal kick, keeper's got an ability to punt the ball and play the ball off the goal kick, certainly at a great distance.
Howland gains possession once again. Little flick there by Altawil, but broken up by Shawnee, and now they've got the throw-in. See if they can get some possession going here. We haven't seen the Indians on too many occasions connect about 3-4 passes and, you know, really get something going forward.
Yeah, that's not necessarily their style. I mean, they really just want to play pretty direct, 1 or 2 passes to maybe set up that direct play. The tough part of that is if you don't connect on that direct play, you just give Howland the ball back and allows Howland to get in the attack then, who's a little more efficient with it when they have the ball of getting the attacking area. They're not necessarily looking for a long ball over top. They want to get right inside midfield, and then can they break into the the attacking third from the midfield area. So here's a prime example of that. You see just the speed of so many Howland players.
Yeah, what a carry by Rose. He sends it.
Oh, my goodness.
Man, just missed.
I'd like to see the replay on that because I thought he was sitting right there. You can see a great ball in. Looks like it's going to be deflected out by Shawnee. Oh, that's one of those plays. That's a great deflection out because it's going to lead to a goal, but that is a risky deflection out because it's nearly a second own goal. But he gets it just wide of the goalpost, though, leading to a Howland corner kick. Big play defensively, risky play defensively. Hopefully it pays off for him here as Howland sets up for the corner kick again.
Carnante plays it in near post. The keeper was being shielded by Rose.
A lot of time and space on the outside there. Certainly that's where Howland's dangerous.
Now Carnante going to work. Deflected off of Miller.
Every Howland player just so confident with the ball, a little bit of skill.
Just about every Tiger marked up, though, as Rose goes into the box, does not get a whistle as he lost his footing.
Yeah, I think it was more of a slip than a trip, if you would. I think he was just kind of falling forward and then realized he was falling forward and thought maybe it could look like a foul instead. So
Rose tried to wield off Miller, who eventually will pick up the whistle.
A little bit of just, I think, jersey pulling, kind of just grabbing at each other a little bit. Shawnee certainly did it first, and you saw Howland kind of return with it.
Rose backtracks it, gets it to Gentis. Now the Tigers trying to work it down the far sideline. See what they come up with. It's always a good idea to find this kid right here, Gabriel Ottewill, the senior captain.
He stood him up defensively. That's not an easy task. You certainly see the speed and skill so far. Big play there.
Fusillo was the player defending that time for Lima Shawnee.
Howland not necessarily interested in a long throw. I mean, they want to get the ball to feet, and so just putting it deep in the box is not really what they're looking for. It's more, can we get the ball to our playmakers' feet and let them go to work?
Ottewill working really hard here. Gets through a double team. Best with the deflection. Now it looks like the Indians are going to clear. Nice play there by Ottewill, though, going at the two defenders. He just hasn't really had a clean look. He's done a lot of damage in terms of the 1v1 plays, but has not been able to get a clean shot on net yet.
The winner of this game tonight will see the winner of Albany Alexander and Tip City Canoe. So a chance at a potential state championship rematch if Tip City gets back in, and Howland is certainly with a 1-goal advantage now. Both teams undefeated on the year. So a lot of quality soccer teams, a lot of time still left to play, but certainly that state championship rematch is looming, and what a game that would be.
Yeah, so cool. 3 undefeated still left in the boys D2 Final Four. There's 3 in the girls side too as of last night. Still unblemished, and you know that's crazy to think about at this point in the season. You know, just 1 step away from the state championship, no losses yet, because that's a pretty move.
Yeah, absolutely, and certainly to be, you have 1 loss on the season that comes in, either the state semifinal or the state final is your 1 loss. That's a really good but tough season. I've never had an undefeated season. We've had 1 or 2 losses in our state championship runs, but man, that is an impressive. To be undefeated through an entire season and then win the state championship certainly is not an easy task.
Howland was so close to accomplishing that mission last year. 21-1-1. Of course, lost to Tip City Canoe, 1-0 in the state final. And it's just been kind of slowly progressing and building. It seems like this Howland program, the Tigers, just taking 1 step at a time. Go back to 2017. They got to the regional semis, 2018 district finals, and then last year broke through, got by Lex in the state semifinals to get to the championship match. So, of course, the last thing for them to accomplish, taking the next step in the journey, would be to bring home the big trophy. Right now, leading by 1, looking to add to that right here.
There's that ball they've played. Oh, what a patient touch. Just misses it, runs just a little bit on him.
Yeah, not quite sure how Sperling wasn't able to unload there. He didn't look like he just ever had his footing, or the ball might have taken an interesting hop on him. And Miller came up, Tried to push it by the defender, deflected by Rose.
Halftime of the other game in the Division II bracket sees Tippecanoe leading 3-1 over Alexander. So a lot of goals early in the other side of the bracket. So Tippecanoe is certainly looking to be well on their way to a state championship rematch. It's going to be, he's caught. He's got the ball.
Wow, a little surprise there, Jesse, that Stasinus did not draw a whistle.
Yeah, he must have poked it away before the contact was made, but there seemed to be a lot of upper body contact, and he's going to call it here. And a card for that. Wow. Didn't appear to be much to the foul there. It certainly is a foul, but I don't know about a yellow card necessarily. The referee may think he'd be stopping a little bit of momentum, and sometimes that warrants a card.
I'm with you. I mean, if you're not going to call it down at the one end, that looked like a very similar play from 5 seconds before.
Yeah, the only difference might have been at the other end is the referee was looking right there, and he pointed as if Howland touched the ball first before the contact was made, and certainly that would be the correct call. From my angle, I didn't think there was contact, but he was much closer than I was, and he's looking right at it, so you expect him to make the right call in that situation. I think the foul is certainly right on the other end. I think a little bit of a frustration foul. I'm a little surprised to see a yellow. Hasn't been an overly aggressive physical play. And the referee's just saying he just put his arm up and ran into him. I mean, it's no doubt it's a foul, but I don't know that it warrants a yellow card. And I'm sure the coach for Shawnee is asking the question, what about at the other end? And now there's a bit of an explanation going on as to why it's a card on one end and not a call on the other, which is a tough pill to swallow sometimes.
And you do wish that you could be a part of those conversations every now and again and find out what did the referee see specifically.
I've been a part of few of those conversations. You're not missing much.
Stasinus plays it in, back post. This headed way up, but over the end line.
It looked like maybe going for that flick play again, but just hit it straight up in the air rather than going forward with it. Let's give Landon Haynes a chance to put the ball deep into Howland territory again. Oh, he plays it short.
Yeah, quick flick.
Not necessarily that play was on either. Howland had immediate pressure and forced him to just play it wide, but Best came up with the ball and he's getting forward, but plays it out of bounds for a Howland throw-in.
Shawnee just not generating any offense here in the early going of the second half. We're now 9 minutes in. Have not been very close to even getting a shot off. We'll see if they can change that here as looking to gain possession. Best, nice first touch. Sends it out wide, trying to let Ward run underneath it. But right away, the Tigers swarm. You see there's 2 players there to greet them.
He's going to come back in after getting sent off for the yellow card. He's going to come and check back into the game.
Yeah, and I think the fan section, too, agrees, not really warranting a yellow there.
Yeah, I just don't see, unless he thought maybe there was a breakaway coming, possibly he could give a yellow on that, but I don't think of that situation there. Certainly, there's some contact there. Okay, referee's brought it back. He's made the right call. It's going to be a free kick for Shawnee in a dangerous area. This is the kind of stuff that Shawnee, they've got the long throws. They've got some free kick specialists. This is definitely in a dangerous area for Shawnee. Howland's done well to defend it well so far, but you can't keep giving opportunities in this area of the field. This is what Shawnee wants. I mean, they're not going to get a ton of chances on goal, but certainly if you can get players up on a stopped play, that's certainly advantageous to the Indians.
Certainly where you look for Austin Miller. But this one, I think, kind of ran on him out wide. Turn and a shot, but Brill drops down, able to make the save. Corner kick, though, will be on the way for the Indians.
Boy, if that's a designed play, I like it. It looked the ball was just kind of played away from kind of where everybody was, and Shawnee went back to get the ball and then just touched it forward and right past Howland as they were pressing forward to win the initial ball. And then he had time and space and just couldn't get that shot fired off. But good-looking play from the Indians, and now they've got a corner kick. So, they're creative in these opportunities. They're dangerous in the opportunities, but they've yet to find the back of the net. So this is a big moment for the Indians.
Ooh, just mistimed that one-timer, did Braden Ward.
Tell you what, if he hit that, we would have been on ESPN again. Which is now our new goal as the broadcast team.
I know it. We just got to get into the top 2 this next time, Jesse,
Being in the top 4 is fine, but, man, we really want number 1. It's all or nothing.
Look for some fireworks here off of this corner kick as Jensen sets it up. And the senior captain sends back post, headed out by the Tigers.
Shawnee's certainly been in the attacking area. That's a good ball in, good save. Keeper read it. That was, I think, drifting a little bit away from the goal, but the keeper came out, made the right play, made the right save. But Shawnee, they've been down in the attacking area for about probably 2 minutes to get some solid looks on goal. I think anytime that ball is stopped and Shawnee can get forward, that's going to be an advantage to them. For Howland, when the ball's in possession and play, that's when Shawnee's going to drop back and try and defend. So you just see a little, there's a good build up there. Get Sperling wide. This is how they like to attack. They're going to get you that inline, make a play.
Ooh,
here
nice
it is.
Step over.
Near post ball, snagged right by Haynes right away.
Haynes rolls it out, a whole lot of space ahead of Jensen.
Absolutely. There's just players in the attacking area, players in the defending area, and only one player in the midfield area, and here he is. Oh, he pointed to the ball. Just players running. I don't know about this.
Yeah, well, Ward tumbled over the defender.
That's a near bad giveaway.
Wow.
Oh, he slipped and fell. It's just gone from bad to worse for Howland. A bit of a rough tackle. Good ball in, snagged by the keeper. Oh, a couple of weird plays there for Howland. They, I think, caught a bit of a break there. Defenders falling, misplayed balls, possible foul or something. I'm not sure what happened on the far side there, but nonetheless, Howland's coming in with the ball now, but kind of came away lucky on thinking that moment.
Lisi with the delivery forces Sperling out wide.
There's that skill again by Sperling. Oh, it's
wow.
going to be a PK. Yeah, absolutely.
No question about that one. I don't think you can argue that if you're calling Scheid.
Yeah, I think everybody saw that. Sperling had the speed, had the skill, went right around him, and then just grabbed him and tried to pull him back. And Sperling did the right thing and not trying to play through. I mean, not the right thing necessarily, but certainly turns around to make the jersey pull obvious, and there's not much you can do. You can't argue that at all.
Sperling definitely sold it, and it's going to set up a huge PK, a chance to double the advantage here for the Tigers.
So see, looks like Gabriel Altwilla is going to be on the spot for the PK. Looking for his 40th goal of the year, I believe.
That's correct. Sitting on 39. Nice distributor, too, 22 assists, but certainly this is where he shines.
Now, Haynes has done well. He's made a lot of just big saves and snagging things, so it's not an easy PK necessarily. Obviously, you got to keep it on goal, but you got to find the corner here. I think Haynes is going to be able to cover the ground, so it's going to come down to execution. Can you find your spot?
Always such an exciting play. The penalty kick.
Absolutely. The coach, again, is asking for an explanation. Maybe just trying to stagger the keeper or the shooter a little bit here, just a little bit of mind games. I don't think there's any question of why it's a yellow. I mean, certainly he brought him down in the box. And he was in at goal. I mean, some might call for a red even there because it certainly stopped a goal-scoring opportunity. Oh, he
and
played
this
it
one
wide.
Misfired. So Landon Hayne does not even have to play hero here. And they dodge a bullet, does Lima Shawnee.
He drills it, but, man, he misses by a couple of feet there, plays it wide. Certainly the pace was right, but the placement was just off a couple of feet.
So the pulse, the heartbeat, continues to beat for Lima Shawnee. Is still just a 1-goal differential.
Back in the game for Shawnee is number 10.
It definitely feels as though the Tigers have won the run of play for the bulk majority of the match. But Shawnee, they've had a decent build here in the second half at times. And this is a kid that can make it happen for him too, as Miller earns a throw-in.
Yeah, sometimes a missed PK can do a lot of things mentally to you. So, for Gabriel Altwilla is can he come back the next time he gets the ball and still make the right play? Obviously, one missed shot happens. That's a part of the game, but it can't affect your next. Oh,
yeah. How about that side spin?
Everybody thought the ball was going out. They just stopped and watched it. Just ended up sitting in the field, and Shawnee recovers it.
Howland presses forward though. Altawil looking to go to work. He's going to set it up, tried to bring it back, lost his footing, does not get this whistle.
Yeah, there's been a couple times I thought Altwell could probably shoot a little earlier. I don't think they want him to get all the way to the end line and just play that ball across every time, but, I mean, he's turning the corner. I just feel like once he turns that corner, he's got a chance for a shot. They're so consistent in their attack, so good in their attack. I mean, obviously they're getting the right plays, but at some point you need some goals as well. Oh, it's a big split there. It's a great move. That's a great ball.
Rose with the setup. Altawil deflected. Bodies
what a
flying
lead.
and goals finding the back of the net. Big stuff right there, and it was Tristan Rose.
I couldn't tell if that was an intentional leave or he must have touched it the way he's celebrating. I thought maybe he left it for a minute. We can see on the replay here. Good first shot in. Deflected out by Altwell at the first shot and then just drilled it. Let's see if there's any. I think, He must have nicked it. The way he celebrates, he's got to touch the ball, I think. I don't think he just let it slide and celebrate like that. That's a big goal for Howland. What a kind of turn of momentum again. There was a missed PK that kind of gave Shawnee life, and Howland has just been attacking still.
So Spencer Rose steps up, drills it. Tristan Rose, we presume, had the deflection. So a pair of roses making it happen as we look one more time. Come flying into your picture here is Spencer. He flat out drills, and I think he
makes it with maybe just the back heel a little bit, just kind of flicks it into the corner, which is a great play still. I mean, if you leave it or flick it, either one is great. You got the goal. So certainly the game dynamics have changed a little bit. The pressure is on Shawnee to get on the board and get on the board fast,
which is something that opponents have not found easy to do against Talon this season. They have not given up more than one goal in any match at any point this season, so the Indians would have to rewrite history here over the last 24 minutes and change to make something happen.
Yeah, the tough task of that is certainly you need 2 goals, but you've got to stop this Howland attack as well. And if you start sending guys forward, they're going to make you pay. So you're kind of in a bit of a catch-22 here. That if you keep sending guys forward, they're going to keep sending guys forward, and it's hopefully you can be more advantageous than the other. But this Howland team is so good at attacking and finding the ball in that right area.
The sophomore, Karen Nante, lines it up. Official stops play here momentarily.
I'm not sure what the conversation is here. The referee's just getting the steps in, looks like today, going to get a trot around the field.
Yeah, he stopped the clock with 24:16.
What is it?
Making a trot. You could be right, Jesse. I mean, I know a lot of people that are really dedicated to getting their 15,000 steps, so.
My guess is it's a clock issue. Now, why he's checking with both officials, I'm not sure. There's certainly a conversation happening here about what's going on. I would have thought one official could have confirmed the clock issue, so now I'm not sure what it is.
And I can't confirm this, Jesse, but I do see in our chat, Linda says on his birthday, I believe she might be talking about Tristan Rose, might be celebrating a birthday and a big goal here in the second half.
Absolutely. Now, the 4th official is making a jog around the field. I wonder if someone's being ejected from the game. I would have thought the center guy would have done that as well, but just I'm a little confused as to what's going on. I think players are as well, starting to ask some questions. We're just watching the 4th official has now stopped jogging around the field and has resorted to a slow walk. I don't know if we're waiting on him to do something. I'm a little confused as to what we're watching. The center official's getting a jog around the field.
Who knows at this point? All I know is that we're back to play. That's well struck, but going up to make the stop once again is Hain. Senior has been outstanding in this match, and you know, I presume that it probably was somebody in the audience saying something. I don't know what else it could be.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the way it's gone about again is for this person's going to be at the end of the game here because no one's going to go eject them. So they're talking to the athletic directors now. So I'm not sure what the conversation is, but certainly there is a conversation happening after the game as well with the 4th official. But we're back to playing here, and Howland is kind of back in that attacking area.
Sent in, chopped out by Chambers. And now Jake Miller gets it. Draws a defender. Looking for some options. And now Jake will send left foot. But back to the Howland defense. And, you know, that's kind of been the storyline here. Just Shawnee has not been able to connect more than about 2 passes, Jesse. Once it gets to that third, it's been tough for him.
Absolutely. And this is what we've kind of seen as the result of that, as the giveaway has led to Howland getting the attack and being able to create something of it. And they've got some playmakers, and this guy's one of them, Jordan Sperling. Corner of the box, good skill again. Now he's in the middle of the box. Just so much speed and skill. It's a bit of a big shot there. I'd like to see these guys shoot more. I mean, they're so persistent in how they play. I like what they're doing. I just think these guys have got some good shots. I mean, he's in the middle of the box. He's got some space. He's confident with the ball at his feet. I wouldn't mind a shot there, but.
Well, I have confirmation Tristan Rose's birthday is actually October 8th, but Tatum says that we can celebrate his birthday any day. Great nephew.
Okay. Happy birthday, I guess. A month late.
A little belated.
For your birthday.
The Indians got something going here.
Yep. Strung a few passes together, got the ball in the attacking area. Howland does well to kind of clear it out of there, but right back to Shawnee. Let's see if Shawnee can be a little patient here. Get that ball into a dangerous area, maybe out wide to Best. He's been a bit of a playmaker for him on the wing.
Jensen looking for him exactly. But Best draws a bit of a crowd. 2 players come over. Carinate knocks it out.
And we know Shawnee certainly has the long throwing capabilities here. They put the ball in the box a few times with a big throw. We see a little bit of fatigue on some of the Lima Shawnee players. Guys kind of bending over, catching their breath a little bit. Defending the pace of Howland is not an easy task, and so when you're tasked with that, that can be difficult and taxing.
Ooh, big one-timer right there. Struck well, too, by Rosebeck.
And Howland is kind of playing the corner kicks and the throw-ins away from the goal, and they come back to the ball and trying to just either shoot it or sneak it past the Howland defense as they're pressing there, but that shot's going to sail high and wide.
Brill plays it short.
Howland definitely confident with the ball. I mean, the way they're playing with the back, but they got to be careful you don't give it away in that area. It's interesting. I've seen teams try and do that short goal kick before and play the short play, and then they end up just kicking it long anyway. So interesting strategy there. But these guys are definitely confident in the ball. Ooh, just going to miss that wide. It's a good run in. You can see a little bit of a conversation happen amongst the Howland players. That play was well thought out and just not quite executed 100% at the final touch there. The run was right. He was certainly open on the wing. Just misplayed it. Probably played a little too much to the keeper.
Howland gets it out to Will.
It's a good touch by Will just to get it wide.
And Hayne is there. Drops down to make yet another save.
That's good skill in the middle of the field by Shawnee to create some space.
Here's Austin Miller. Draws a double. Splits it well.
Ooh, this.
Now Austin with the shots, but Brill is there to make the save.
Boy, one Howland defender slipped. One Howland defender just kind of threw a leg out for a tackle. Poor defending there by Howland. I think they caught a bit of a break. Keeper gets in the right place, just keeps the ball in front of him, makes the save then. I've seen a few players slipping tonight. I've never really noticed at the surface here that it's caused people to slip, but a lot of guys, maybe they're used to playing on turf and not so much grass, but certainly a lot of few players just slipping as they're going to adjust their position or from shifting from one way to another. We've seen quite a few guys just kind of fall into that position a couple times.
In this day and age, it definitely is out of the ordinary to be playing this deep into the tournament, not on a turf surface. So I imagine, well, this year a little bit different with a lot of teams playing at home during their tournament run if you're the higher seed, but maybe, yeah, just not used to playing on grass for the last few weeks.
Absolutely. Shout out to the Lexington facilities team here. I mean, the field looks terrific, though. Here we are, 2 weeks into November, and the field is still in great condition. It's green everywhere. There's not really brown spots anywhere. It looks great. So, I mean, there's a reason this game is here, and they take great care of the facility here at Lexington.
Been a lot of games here lately. OH Report has covered 7 of them over the last few weeks, and yeah, it's truly a treat to come back, and that's a treat of a play there by Ward.
Oh, does he get the foul?
He got ran over from the backside. I can't believe he didn't get a call.
He got the ball. I think the contact happened before the ball, though. With the referee was right there. He pointed right at the ball, signaling that he got the ball first. But I thought the contact happened and then the ball, and that would be a foul if that's a sequence. But he saw it differently.
Yeah, Gentis went right through him. I mean, there was no question why Ward went to the ground there.
The referee pointed as if the ball was touched first, but man, I don't know. From my perspective, it really looked like there was contact and then the ball. But either way, we're playing here, and Shawnee's got the ball back. They've had a couple chances going forward here recently. Nothing in terms of a goal-scoring opportunity, but certainly getting into the box and near goal-scoring opportunities.
And this is what they need. Get a little bit of confidence. You're down 2. You need to start generating some more offensive chances here and get it to your playmakers. Here's another good look here. Ward. About a 4-on-5. Shoots it out wide. Shawnee tracks it.
He was trying to get a corner, trying to kick it out for the deflection. Kind of fell right back at his feet and caught him a little bit of surprise. A long throw by Shawnee. What we've seen so far on these long plays and long free kicks, they kind of played away from the goal a little bit, bring the Howland players out, and then play it in. That one's going to be more of a direct to the near post. It's going to be headed out by Howland.
Yeah, he was looking for Austin. And I do see, Jesse, that we do have an international fan watching from Viña del Mar, Chile, a 2003 grad, as am I. So shout out to Elliot Lonsdale for tuning in.
Nice, nice. Always fun to have the international folks joining us as well.
Ah, the beauty of the internet.
Absolutely.
Nice run by Ward.
Well, he's gotten in the box recently with the ball at his feet a couple of times. And good save by the keeper. Comes out, takes out his teammate in the process. Just wanted to make sure he got the ball. But wait, Shawnee has just found a way into the box 3 times in the last 2 minutes. And they really have not seen that at all from them in the first game. So Howland defensively has not been as sharp as they have been throughout the first, probably 50 minutes of the game. But still no goals to credit for Shawnee, which is what they need at this point to come back into it.
And it just doesn't look like the same hunger or desire offensively right now, or at least over the last couple of minutes for Howland, where, man, they were super aggressive, looking to get it on the offensive for basically the entire match up to this point. So, maybe easing back and playing a little bit more defense now, nursing this 2-goals-to-none advantage.
Yeah, absolutely. They have a sense of energy and pace once they get the ball in this area. That's when they kind of you just see everybody just kind of pick up their pace a little bit, and they're excited to go forward. I haven't seen that consistently defensively, but they're just doing their job. They're just keeping the ball in front of them, not giving up goals, and then getting the ball into this attacking area. Well, that's a bad giveaway there, though.
This one swatted by Austin. Miller's got it to the other Miller. It's Jake. Jake trying to make a 1-on-2 happen, and still with possession. Dancing.
He still has the ball somehow.
But another deflected.
Oh, he's certainly tired. That's a lot of work on your legs there when you're just dancing with the ball, trying to keep possession, trying to get a shot off. He's cutting him back and forth. You can see him kind of hunched over a little bit. It's a good save there on the far side of the field to keep the ball in play.
Rosebeck keeps it in, goes to the midfield. Jensen with the pass, and now out wide. Here come the Indians again.
I think maybe I misspoke. I think where I see the breakdown for Howland is really more in the midfield. They're getting the ball in this area and is able to kind of dribble in. Howland defensively is just dropping in. That's a big ball in.
Oh.
Punched away by the keeper. That's a big save because I think one of the Lima Shawnee players was right there with a chance to head it in, and he jumped up and punched over top the header. That's a big save.
All right, this is like a Superman jump, too. Full extension
That's
from
great.
Brill.
Great technique. We had to get out of that space, and you see Altwell going all the way to the other end already. He's in the box. He's got it wide to Sperling, who's going to be flagged for offsides. I did think he stepped ahead at the end.
Beautiful build, though, and how quickly they got in the counterattack. I mean, we didn't even have a chance to show our 7-second replay, and already they're down on the other end.
Absolutely. Yeah. That's a big ball in the box. Howland played that out a little bit better than they have been. Oh, he slips as he played it, kind of falls to the ground there.
Here come the Miller boys, looking to make something happen, and they'll at least set up a corner kick.
Corner kick for Shawnee.
Under 14 minutes to go now.
They're going to need to get a goal here soon to get back in this game. 2 goals, the longer this clock ticks, the harder it is to get 2 goals, so you need to get one soon. Corner kick would be an opportune time to do that.
Can they break through? Jensen into the hands of Brills, had to dribble it to himself.
Yeah, he did. He's caught most of it pretty cleanly tonight. That one certainly he dropped it, got it right back into his hands quickly.
Another drop kick, stings it, and it's going to roll all the way down to Hain.
That's a big punt. We certainly talked about Haynes' punting ability as well, but Brill puts it right to Haynes.
And looked like he's trying to redeliver the package. Flick forward on the header.
Howland has kind of changed their style a little bit here. I think just want to get the ball out of the defensive area, just playing it long, playing it out of that area. And what makes them so good is how they're organizing in that attack and getting the ball wide. And we've not seen that in the past couple of minutes. It's just been getting the ball out.
Ward has certainly been creating some chaos, though, for Shawnee. Starting to get some momentum rolling in his favor, as it's a nice tackle, but Indians staying on the offensive. And right as I say that, big turnover.
Oh, it's a bad foul. Referee's going to give play on. Jordan Sperling 1-on-2, 1-on-1, one on the keeper.
Sperling with the shot, and it's going to be 3-0 Warren Howland. The referee says play on, and it turns out to be the proper decision. Jordan Sperling delivering at the other end.
Yeah, referee played that right. There certainly was a foul in the middle of the field. Jordan Sperling was 1-on-2 with 2 defenders there, beat 1 defender, beat the second defender, and then beat the keeper. That is a big, big goal for Jordan Sperling.
His 31st of the season, and he waited till the last possible second. The keeper came out. Hayne went to the turf, and he buries it in the back. So Warren Howland appears to be headed back to the state championship for the 2nd consecutive season with an unblemished record.
Looks like the rematch is looming. Tippecanoe scored again as well to make it 4-1 on the other side of the bracket. So certainly that state championship rematch of Warren Howland and Tippecanoe is looking like it's going to happen in 2020 again. Certainly a great game last year, competitive. 2 good teams battling out and getting a chance to do it again the next year. Well, it's going to be an interesting way to see how that plays out.
No question. I'm sure the Tigers will certainly welcome an opportunity to go head-to-head with them one more time, as it appears that they are going to take care of business here at Lexington. Still 12 minutes to play, but the Tigers staying aggressive. They want more.
Yeah, it's really a tribute to these two. Oh, Sperling again gets in the box. Ball kind of trips away. He's going to be offsides if he touches it. Oh, just bounced wide there. Bit of a kind of bouncing ball. You're not really sure where it's landing there. But, both teams, to be able to make it to state championship one year is certainly an incredible feat. But to do it back-to-back, and then have the same 2 teams do it back-to-back, that's just an impressive a tribute to both schools, really. I mean, watching them and undefeated at that. So between the 2 programs, they have 1 loss, and that was to each other. And that's incredible, absolutely incredible.
You obviously have some experience as a head coach, Jesse, getting to the championship match and then getting back there again. What type of challenges did it present the second go-around, or did you feel like there was more of a hunger for your team?
Yeah, I think there was a hunger. I think the first time it's just such a new experience, and you're just so excited and just so grateful to be there that you've made it to this point. For us, it was the first time in school history, the first time, and it's just this incredible feeling of like we've made it. When in reality, we were playing the toughest team we've ever seen in that school year, and so I think we had to really kind of settle in and play soccer. And that's the tough part of it. Typically there's so much fanfare, there's so much celebration, there's so much riding on the game that you have to combine all those motions and really still play really good soccer. It's going to be a corner kick there. A lot of fans shouting for handball, but Gabriel does well to get a good shot off there. That's the shot, I think. I mean, he's got a great shot, so I like seeing him shoot the ball. For us the second time around, then I think it was business. Yeah, it wasn't as novel. It wasn't certainly. It's still a great thing to accomplish and excited to be there again. But it was more we're here to win the championship. We appreciate kind of the sentiments the first time around of hey, you made it, but the second time it's like hey, we're here to win this game.
And you have to presume that is precisely the mindset of this Warren Howland team. As that's shanked a little bit by Hayne. Haven't seen him have one of those.
Not at all. That went straight out of bounds. I mean, just about 25 yards away. Sometimes it's tough to finish these games out when you've kind of had that insurmountable deficit. But you just got to finish the game, see if you can just get one. At the same time, try and get one. You got to prevent this talented Howland team from scoring again. So it's kind of that balancing game a little bit.
Substitution for Shawnee.
So Sperling with that last shot over top.
Back in the game for Shawnee, number 3, Sam Tenwaldy.
Tenwaldy back into the mix. Sophomore for Shawnee.
Certainly the Howland fans are very excited on Facebook there.
Rightfully so, like you were just saying. I mean, getting back to the state championship 2 years in a row, what a feat. And especially to do it undefeated both times. I mean, that's unbelievable stuff. All to will. Great movement. But you're right. It almost seems like sometimes he gets a little bit too cute. You want to see him just fire it on net and see what happens, and wasn't even able to get a shot off that time.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I know he's got 39 goals on the year, so he's obviously doing a lot of things right. I just think he could have more. I mean, if he shoots the ball a couple more times, I think he's got a couple tonight as well. But I think what we fail to recognize in that is they are disciplined in their attack. They don't really break from their attacking strategy. And let's get it to the end line, turn and look and play a diagonal ball back. And they've scored a lot of goals doing that. And so, hey, to each their own. I like the way they play. I mean, they're a fun team to watch. They're aggressive. They're skilled with the ball. They're doing a lot of good things. And so they score a lot of goals doing what they do. So no problems there. As he turns that corner, I think, man, he lines himself up for a shot. But their strategy is get it to the end line, play it across, and they score a lot of goals that way too.
Shawnee looking to at least get one, try to trim down on this deficit as they are starting to get numbers forward now. But as the Tigers have done pretty routinely so far tonight, they have broken it up once it's got back to their back line. They have been outstanding all season long. As mentioned a couple times on the broadcast, they've only given up 6 goals all season long. Crazy.
Yeah, absolutely. That's an incredible statistic. To make it to the state championship game and give up 6 goals, I mean, some teams are lucky to get away in a game without giving up 6 goals. So
sure.
Obviously, this is not the average team, and these guys are the best of the best right now and going to match up against the best of the best against Tippecanoe in the state championship. A clever little play there. I mean, they just get the ball into this area so many times. It's so dangerous there, and they're going to try to either play it on the end line and play it back, or they're going to dribble in the middle and get a shot off. I mean, it's what they do, and it's what they do so well.
Just short little touches, compact, and they got the guys that can do it. As you see Sperling, I mean, that was like 15 seconds worth, just working it around inside the 18, back out.
Absolutely. They play with a little bit of flair, and so you kind of toe that line when you have that kind of flair about you. So you don't want to get caught, doing too much with the ball. But, man, when you do it right and at the right move at the right time, it looks good. It's a good-looking play. Coach Stiles was telling us a little bit about these guys, and the story he was telling us was he said his keeper, Lucas, was going to be in charge of getting warm-ups this year. He said, Coach, I want to get the warm-ups. I want to take care of that for the team. Coach said, I didn't really follow up with him. I just let him do it because I show up to practice when the warm-ups come in, and all these guys are out here standing around in Snuggies, and that was their warm-up. So he's like, well, okay. Lesson learned there, I guess. But that was Snuggie. I didn't see the Snuggie warm-ups tonight. Maybe they didn't make the trip, but I doubt they do for the state championship either. But that's an impressive feat by the keeper there to kind of pull off that joke. Maybe it was a joke. Maybe it was a real. I don't know. Maybe they all love Snuggies. I don't know.
I mean, you talked about the flair that they play with. I mean, you want to show up to the stadium with the Snuggie on, too.
That's a whole nother level right there. That's another good shot.
That sets the stage.
And certainly we've talked a lot about the skill of Howland, but this Lima Shawnee team is obviously a very good team as well. I mean, to do what they did against Lexington, and the way Lexington kind of played them the first time, to make the necessary adjustments, to not let that happen again, and then not only to not let it happen again, but to come out victorious, I think speaks a lot to the team and to the coaching staff as well. They kind of read the situation, figured out what Lexington was doing, and defended it accordingly. Well, you just see the speed of Gabrielle Twill there.
That one's going to roll over the touchline for corner kick. It's going to be the call. And Shawnee, I mean, it's been a nice run for them, too. I mean, double-digit wins plus over the last several seasons for them. 19 wins last year before getting knocked off by Lexington in the regional final. Won 14 games before going down in the district final in 18. And then in 17, they won 12, lost in the district semis. So, 2 teams, 2 programs that have been doing a lot of winning over the last couple of years. And what a play there by the defender.
Yeah, that first flick was a great flick right to Sperling, who fired it in there, and just the defender just does well to just keep it out of the net at that point.
That was Colin Scheid, just perfect placement Hayne was beat. That was going to go into the back. Approaching 4 minutes to play. D2 state semifinals here at the Lexington Soccer Complex. Tigers looking to get back to Columbus. Looking to add to their goal total, though, before they do.
It's another. I mean, they're just so dangerous. They have the ability to score so many ways and so many goals. I mean, they're just so many near goals. They've already have 3 in the state championship game. So many near opportunities as well. Here's another one from Sperling. He's going to turn it. He's going to find him. Oh, he just missed it. He missed the 4th of the night. He had it. was lined up for him. He just missed the ball. It's
that was
unfortunate.
Jack Kenny. Yeah, he was waiting on that one-timer. Just missed time.
Everybody for Howland saw it coming and was waiting with anticipation, and just went under his foot a little bit.
And right now the Tigers just possessing so well. I mean, Shawnee doesn't even have an opportunity to try to cut into this deficit, though they come up with the turnover here. Looking to flip the script, but they're going to have to do it with mismatched numbers, about a 2-on-5.
Throw in Shawnee. Substitution for Shawnee.
Shawnee's going to get a couple of subs in here for the last 3 minutes.
Yeah, you wonder if it's maybe just getting some personnel, some guys to finish out their season or maybe even career at this point. 3 minutes and 3 goals. It's not really the expectation at this point. So maybe getting a few guys in just to wrap up their season or career. It's a tough way to go out. I mean, certainly you've accomplished so much and you were so close to the team goal, and to go out here is bittersweet sometimes because you made it to this point, and there's a part that's excited for that, but you were so close to making it to the next level, and there's a part that's obviously severely disappointed with that as well.
Jesse, I think it's about that time we got to start thinking of who's going to be our Dan G. Wilker DDS player of the match. You know that there's definitely some worthy candidates out there for the Tigers. Who sticks out to you?
So, listen, I think Jordan Sperling has really had a nice game. He's just done well with the ball, but Gabriel Altwill as well. I'm not even sure statistically where he's at, but he's just been creating all over the field. I don't know if he has an assist to his name. I don't think he has a goal as well, but certainly he's right there, and he's definitely a playmaker. And these two guys, I don't know if we're doing 2 votes tonight or not.
Bring them both in, why not?
Yeah, but nice to meet the guys, hear their expectations, especially when they're finding out they're playing Tippecanoe in that rematch. I'm sure that's a game they're looking forward to. We talked about our game we had last night with the Madison girls in Rocky River, with the mentality that Madison came in, had won that game the year before, and Rocky River came out, and you just saw a fire with Rocky River. I mean, they just came out and were, they wanted that game back. And obviously that game took a turn in the second half, but for Howland, what's going to be different this year than last year? And hearing those guys talk about that will be interesting to see.
So we will have co-players of the game tonight. Jordan Sperling, along with Gabriel Altwill, will be joining us for some post-match interviews after their celebration, as they're just over a minute away from closing out Lima Shawnee and getting back to Columbus for a second straight year. Great stuff for the Tigers, and I mean, really a historic season. I'd have to dig into the history books and see if they're able to close it out and win a state title. I mean, what they've done statistically, Jesse, it's nothing short of extraordinary. I mean, 130-plus goals on the season and only giving up 6.
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah. Well, if you look at 2 year, or even just record-wise of, 21 wins the year before, 21
Correct.
tonight.
Correct.
1 loss in 2 seasons. I mean, that's just absolutely amazing.
They will head back to Columbus with the exact same record they had last year, 21-0-1. But as you mentioned, Tippecanoe, I believe, still undefeated and ranked number 1 in the state,
right?
They
will come in at 23-0, so it's going to be an interesting line there. I mean, that is a dream matchup for a state championship. What a great game that's going to be to see those teams be able to do that again. But certainly a great season for Lima Shawnee. He's going to finish up, I think, 17-6-2. I mean, they are a good team. They are competing. They just ran up into the buzzsaw that was Warren Howland tonight.
That is the Tigers still on the prowl, remaining in the hunt for the state championship, as they are now just 1 win away from accomplishing the ultimate dream, winning here in the Final Four at Lexington 3-0 to move on to the state finals. We'll see if they do any type of celebration here, as a couple of handshakes, both sides dishing out some congratulations, and see Shawnee, certainly classy team out there. You know that they're giving high fives and hugs and wishing some luck, as Howland, as mentioned, going to be moving on to the state finals.
I actually didn't think you were allowed to do this anymore, so it's great to see in terms of sportsmanship. Hopefully everything stays okay after that, though. I mean, it's something they've kind of worked away from doing this. But what a great game tonight. I mean, in Howland, we talked about their attacking prowess, and certainly we saw that tonight, their ability to just get forward and create and finish kind of an unfortunate own goal for Shawnee in the first half.
No question.
But then we saw some good Howland goals in the second half, including a missed PK, which is probably a little bit of a surprise for Gabriel Altwill as well. But good game, good job for both teams. I mean, it was a fun, competitive game. But what a great matchup we've got coming in for the state championship between Warren Howland and Tippecanoe.
We will talk to two of the stud seniors, Jordan Sperling and Gabriel Altwill, about just that, matching up in the state championship once again. So we'll step away right now, take one last commercial break. We'll be back post-game coverage and our player of the game interviews when we return live and free on the OH Report.
It's Black Friday all month long at Toyota of Warren. These zero-down leases won't last long. Lease a 2021 Tacoma SR Double Cab 4x4 for just $161 a month, or a 2021 Tundra SR5 Crew Max 4x4 for $317 a month.
You design it, we can build it. We're Sign Source USA, and we pride ourselves on our unique ability to fabricate almost any type or size of sign. Our signs light the way to everything from banks, restaurants, hospitals, and grocery stores. We're Sign Source USA, and we'd love to go to work for you.
We are now joined by one of our co-players of the match, Jordan Sperling. This honor brought to you guys by Dan G. Wilker, DDS. And first off, congratulations, man. Getting the win, getting back to the state championship game. Just what does that mean to you and this crew after you went undefeated up to that point last year and then got knocked off, of course, in the title game?
Yes, sir. Thank you, first off. It means a ton to our guys. You know, we have a really, really good group of guys with us. We had the experience last year. I think that gave us a little bit of a sour taste. So this year we came with a lot more. You know, we really won it this year with a great group of guys.
Tell me about that hunger and that drive and how much last year, the ending in Columbus, how much has that fueled you to this point this season?
I mean, it's fueled us a ton, you know, starting from the very beginning. You know, we were crazy to get on the soccer field with COVID. You know, we wanted to play so bad. We were, you know, constantly getting out as a group, and you know, we really want to get back, and we did it. You know, we did all the work, so we just want to take our shot, really.
Yeah. Hey, a great game. You know, I love the way you guys play. You're a lot of fun to watch. There's a flair about you. I mean, certainly a lot of individual ball skills with you guys. I have a fun question for you. Who leads the team in Megs this year?
who leads the team in megs.
Yeah.
It might be my buddy Alto over there, but I'll tell you this, he'll never meg me.
Oh,
And that's for certain.
Man,
Never.
I'm coming to practice tomorrow. I want to see this. I know he's
Yeah.
looking for it tomorrow. Listen, I love you guys. You get into the box and you make the right play. You're so dangerous. You're so skilled, so fast. For you guys, what's the mentality coming into the state championship game now? I'm assuming you've heard about Tippecanoe won as well, so it's the rematch from last year. For you guys, what's different than last year?
I think this year we've really developed a strong attack. You know, we're scoring tons of goals. I think we've broke our school record. You know, we have me and Altwell up there. We have guys on the wing who can all score. And I think that's the big difference this year. I think, you know, we can go put 3-4 goals on a team, you know. So I think that's the biggest difference this year, and I think that's what's going to, you know, put us over the edge this year. I think we're going to be able to go out there and score some goals on these guys.
Absolutely.
And then rely on our back line
Yeah,
to hold it down.
I've coached for a long time. I've never had the goal differential that you guys have. Giving up just 6 on the year, and I think you're at 131, so 125 plus goal. I mean, that's an absolutely tremendous statistic. Talk to me about your defense. I know you guys, you're phenomenal players. You're great in the attack. Talk to me a little about your defensive guys and what they do to only give up 6 goals throughout the year.
Those guys are beasts. I mean, there's 3 sophomores back there and then 1 senior. And he's done a great job of organizing them. They've all stepped up, and they've all, you know, taken our leadership and really, really listened to what we had to say to them. And they're all in. I mean, we really got those guys all in. I mean, they're young, and they're playing, you know, great soccer right now. So.
Absolutely. Jordan, thank you so much. Great game. Congratulations. If you want to go ahead and pass that headset off, I mean, terrific job tonight. You guys, you look good. I'm excited to see you guys in the state championship game, get that rematch that I know you've been looking for, and probably had that date kind of circled on some other things. And you secretly kind of want Tippecanoe to be there as well, I'm sure. So
Wouldn't rather play anyone in the
absolutely.
world.
I understand that mindset. Hey, good luck to you. Congratulations. Great job tonight. Really proud of you guys. Worked really hard. It was a fun team to watch.
I appreciate it, guys.
Thank you.
Take care.
Thank you. All right, we'll have him pass off now to Gabriel Altawill, our other co-player of the match. And Gabriel, I mean, senior season, of course, you got so close last year. Getting back to the point where you're headed to Columbus again, just tell me about the satisfaction of taking the journey up to this point and getting there.
It feels great. Last year, like, it was the first time we've ever had something like that, so to repeat it, it gives us a lot of hope that we're back there again, so maybe this time we can finish the job.
And tell me about your role on this team. You didn't have a goal or an assist tonight, which has been rare for you. I mean, you've been so active, but you know, what do you think you bring to the table for the Tigers night in and night out?
I think I lead by example really well. I try and keep it competitive, and I just don't want anyone to not want to win. I bring the intensity level really high and just push them and just try and support them any way I can on the field.
Yeah, certainly. You heard us ask Jordan as well. I mean, you guys, you're a fun team to watch. I mean, the way you play soccer, the speed that you guys have, but not just the speed. It's what we talked about on the broadcast. Is you have the speed about your team, but there's a skill that's with that speed that's probably unmatched for teams at this level. I think it just brings kind of a fun flair to the game. So same question to you. Can you verify, do you lead the team in megs? I saw a couple tonight. Saw a couple fun skills there in the corner of the box.
Yeah, I can confirm that. And
okay.
Whatever he says, he still gets megged here once in there. So.
Okay, so that was my follow-up question. He said never against him. So you're saying it's happened for us. We'll let you guys decide how that really plays out. But listen, you guys are such a fun team. And kind of same question we had for Jordan as well. Obviously, a similar situation last year, same teams in a state championship rematch, which is an incredible feat in its own right. But for you guys, as you look at this game now, you can focus on the state championship. What's different? What's going to be different this time around than last year?
I think between last year and this year, we've made some tactical and formational changes that have allowed us to attack more and not be under as much pressure, because we're the ones putting the pressure on now. Instead of sitting back and waiting for the right counter or small bits of possession, we're looking to dominate and possess and take players one-on-one and create easy goal-scoring opportunities.
Absolutely. Now, I need you to confirm something for me. Coach Stiles told me yesterday that your keeper, Lucas, was in charge of getting warm-ups for the team this year, and then everybody got team Snuggies. Is that true?
Oh, it's true. They're awesome. They're really comfortable. It's actually a Shark Tank invention. It's called the Snuggie. So, or the comfy. The comfy.
The comfy. Okay.
You plan on wearing those to Columbus?
Mine's on the bus right now. I can't wait to go put it on.
Listen, you are a phenomenal player. Great game tonight. I mean, you guys did a lot of good things. Good luck in Columbus. I know you're hungry for that championship. I can see it. I can hear it the way you're talking. So good luck to you. Hope you guys play a great game. You guys were a lot of fun to watch. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
All right, so our co-players of the match, Jordan Sperling, along with Gabriel Altwill, joining us live and free here on the OH Report. And Howland, of course, is going to be moving on, still undefeated on the season, Jesse, and gets that rematch that, you could tell from talking to these guys, they want to tip a canoe. They've got them. Two teams coming in, both undefeated again for the second straight year. But again, something's got to give in the title match. It was a great one last year, just a 1-0 win for Tippecanoe. And, obviously the Tigers won it again.
Absolutely. Well, listen, these guys were great interviews. I love their competitive spirit. I love the way they focus on the game, and I love their hunger for this championship. I mean, just hearing them talk about it, man, it makes me want to be out there again. And these guys are a fun team to watch. They bring a lot, and they're exactly right. The way they play the game, it can be a defensive battle, but they can score from so many different ways that I think that it's going to be a little more versatile attack than perhaps what it was last year against Tippecanoe. Now, Tippecanoe obviously is a very talented team. You don't go undefeated. What did we say? 47 in a row right now. They have won. So, I mean, that is an impressive statistic, almost unheard of at this level. So, absolutely, Tippecanoe is going to be a great team. What a great state championship game it's going to be. I mean, it's fun soccer right now.
And who knows, I might be in contact with some people from Warren again, and we may be able to bring you some coverage again from the state finals. Can definitely tell you that we will have the Madison Lady Rams on Friday. A broadcast may be on tape delay, and who knows, we may have the Tigers as well. But that's going to wrap up our coverage tonight here from the state Final Four at the Lexington Soccer Complex. Your final score, it is Warren Howland 3, Lima Shawnee nothing, as the Tigers again punch their ticket back to Columbus. They are going to be headed to play for the state championship for the second consecutive season. I'd like to thank our incredible staff for making the broadcast happen tonight. Storm Blunchley on camera down on the sideline, along with Garrett Parlitz. We have Travis Berardi on our up-top camera. Jory Hollenbeck was, I think, just running around hot chocolates, but I'm sure did something else of importance at some time. Our fabulous director, Adam Thompson. My name's Brian Skowronski. This is Jesse Ryder. Thank you guys so much for watching, and thanks to all the sponsors from both Lima as well as Warren that helped make this live and free broadcast happen. Thank you for tuning in. We're out for now.